Hey Kevin, hey Ken, John here, and just wanted to give you guys a quick video on how to pull the gclids. Once you log in, this is the screen you're going to get. Has a bunch of our segments for all sorts of things. The easiest way of finding this is search by name and just type in gclid, and it'll automatically pull up this one. And what you want to do is you want to refresh it every morning. It's set to pull the next 24 hours. So ideally, you'd want about the same time. That's kind of how I was doing it in the mornings. It's about like at 7, 8 o'clock every morning, so the numbers stay the same. You can't open this while it's refreshing, so just kind of let it run until it pulls out numbers again. Once it pulls out numbers, you can click it and then export subscribers. There are some gclids for unsubscribes, but if they unsubscribe within 24 hours, I don't want them anyway. So you just export subscribers, and then you click this. Pretty self-explanatory. Export files, and then on the top one, you'll see gclid data segment, time, date, and then you want to, depending on your browser, you can either click it and it'll just automatically save, or if you click it, it'll go on a different tab with a bunch of information, which in that case you'll just have to right click save link as. But this one automatically populates, so let me pull that up real quick. And I'll make this screen just a little bit bigger. There we go. So in GetVero, this is how all of our raw data comes out. There's no way that we can really segment any of these things off in the exports. So we have a ton of different data we just have to delete. So essentially what I do is I just change this into the date field, and it's going to be 8/10 for example, and I just drag it all down. And then what I do is I start deleting everything in small blocks, and I'll show you where all the values and the sales come from here in just a moment. These things right here, just in case you want to know, some of them are triggers, like Big Bang bought. They bought a product. The front end, did they buy the front end product, or was it an upsell? And then these revenue ones, they have a bunch of them, and they're just recording different pieces of data. So the 67, we usually just pull that number. Actually, I just put it in this one. So 67, or what you can do is actually just delete these right here. And then, because that'll pull all the sales data for this batch of leads. And then what you just need to do is keep deleting things, and you'll actually get to the point where you can kind of know exactly where the income comes from. If you scroll down, you can do it every single time, but a lot of these boxes do nothing. And like I said, we can't stop doing it until later. We have different reporting things that'll come up, so we should be able to report these differently at a later time, and we can get rid of all these. But for now, this is what we have to do. And then we have the gclid column. And here's the gclid backup column. They should be the exact same numbers. This is just for our internal purposes in case something breaks again. We have two ways that we're pulling the gclids out. So if you just cut this entire thing, so we have the date, gclid, and I'll change this to value. So another important thing to note is whenever you see yeses, that means they did something, or they triggered something. We have an upsell called last 30 minutes or more, so we'll have a couple upsells here, and what you can do is just add these, and that's it. And then eventually you'll just pull up all this. Like I said, a lot of the stuff, especially towards the end, it's all garbage anyway. Once you see this, the user type, everything else past that point is trash. It's just customer fields and all that kind of fun stuff. So you can either delete it, or you can keep it if you don't need it, or you can just copy per column. I'm not sure, but this is kind of how it'll look. gclids, values, and everything else. Hopefully this helped.